What's going on, boxing fans? It's Julian Williams with The Distance. I've kind of been away for a while, just spending time with family and stuff, or whatever. I'm dealing with some issues, and I did come home and I was reading on my computer, going across articles, looking in the boxing section of ESPN. It's a bit on the old side, about 10 hours ago when it was posted, but the man who was the third man in the ring for the first matchup between Ali and Frazier in 1971 for the fight of the century, Arthur Mercante Sr., has passed away. Honestly, my opinion, I do think that sometimes the third man in the ring does not get enough credit, because the third man in the ring is the man who protects the fighters and protects the rules of whatever state athletic commission, whether it be Nevada, Texas, New York, Florida, wherever. I do think that the referee deserves more credit than actually given. And sometimes, to some of us fight fans, we do pay attention to simply the fighting between the blue corner and the red corner, and sometimes the referee is invisible to us, because sometimes we have that referee that just lets the fighters fight, and sometimes you have the referee that's all involved in the fight. And really, there's really, very few referees today that are just as famous as the boxers. And, we had Mills Lane, who was just as famous as the boxers. And sometimes Joe Cortez, or I'm trying to think of another guy's name. He refereed the Corrales Castillo fight. And then sometimes you have the referees who, I guess, don't do their job correctly, and they fuck up, just like the referee from the Dooku Kim Ray Mancini fight about 27 years ago. But Arthur Mercante pretty much was a class act from what was described of him from others. I didn't know the man personally, but I do think that Hall of Fame referee, and referee perhaps one of the most important heavyweight matches of all time. Ali Frazier won the fight of the century. Very important in my book. I do think the refereeing fights is important. Because like I mentioned, they practically make sure that all the guidelines and rules are followed, and that the fighters are fighting clean or whatever. And sometimes the referee doesn't see everything, but at the same time, sometimes the referees mess up. And he pretty much, he started his career in 1954, refereed his first championship bout in 1960, and gotten the luxury of being in the ring with some of the greatest fighters of all time. And some people overlook that, being in the ring with fighters like Sugar Ray Robinson, Floyd Patterson, George Foreman, Joe Frazier, Muhammad Ali. The list just goes on. But being in the ring with these fighters and sometimes witnessing a spectacle is very special. It's something that a lot of people just dream to see up close, and this man got to see some of the greatest fights of all time, specifically one of the most important fights of all time, Ali versus Frazier. So, and that's only a dream to people like myself and other boxing fans, boxing analysts, whatever. It's only a dream. But at the same time, it's a very hard job, because you can't just sit back and watch the fight. You have to work while you're watching the fight and whatever. So anyway, rest in peace to Arthur Mercante. Passed away at 90 years old. But anyway, that was The Distance. Peace.